patchy fog heading into your New Year's Day morning, and then looking at some more clouds throughout the day. High of 50 for your Thursday. Even more clouds expected Friday with a high of 49 degrees. That's your forecast from Storm Team 12. I'm meteorologist Halen Wilhite.
Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH Wichita, KNSS HD2 Clearwater, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Hey Wichita, it's Jacob Albrock. Stay right there for the latest breaking in sports talk. It's Sports Daily coming up next exclusively on 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
This is Brian Weber filling in for Jim Rome with the Rome Report. Numbers play a large role in sports. After all, without them, how would we keep score and know who's won a game? In addition to the stats, the stars have aligned to create some really interesting dates for sports birthdays. If I say the digit 7-4 for July 4th, you probably think of Independence Day, but it's also the date that both former Yankees owner George Steinbrenner and Raiders boss Al Davis were born, which is a cool coincidence. But no date can compare with the combination of numbers 1230. December 30th is the birthday of both LeBron James and Tiger Woods. Take a moment and think about the combined number of championships won by that pair of icons, while LeBron is deep into the back nine of his career and Tiger isn't even healthy enough to compete these days. It's worth reflecting on the remarkable impact each of them has had. As the saying goes, the numbers don't lie. I'm Brian Weber.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH, this is Sports Daily.
Aloha, Mr. Hyde.
Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome into a Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday, final Sports Daily of 2025. Final Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday of 2025. Jacob Albrock here alongside TJ Cleveland. Glad to be back after a few days off from the show. We have one more wacky week, and then it'll be back to normal in the new year starting Monday. But this is the final show of the week for you, and we're excited for it. We'll kind of put a bow on it, maybe a sports resolution, but we are busy today. We are making our weekly football picks. Again, no show on Friday means we'll move that up to today, and we've got CFP games to pick. We will have our KU Insider Shreyas Laddha in to get us ready for KU this weekend, the latest on Darren Peterson. And we'll also get you ready, of course, for the Shockers conference opener today. Busy day here on the program. Max Power has KFH hotline at 869-1240. We've got your video comments available on Facebook, YouTube, and X. You can make those there right to the show. Or thanks for watching us on the 12 News Connected app and listening on the Odyssey app. Everything we have for you coming up, it's What's on Tap, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, now pouring the brand new seasonal Bach Lager. Bach, yeah. A cold beer that'll give you a warm feeling. Bach Lager available at all three WBC brew pubs, east near Central and Woodlawn, west at 13th and Tyler, and in historic Delano and Handley. Wichita Brewing Company, pizza and beer made here. TJ, good morning. How are you?
Hello. Hot topic of conversation almost literally yesterday. Was it 90 degrees where you were over the holiday?
No, it was, we got the first 2 days, which was in the panhandle of Texas, were about 74 and perfect. And then the next day, the cold front blew in and was nasty. It was cold and windy. And then that final day we were there, it was like sunny and 55, and it was really actually pretty nice. But we had pretty good weather. I think it was nice here, wasn't it?
I don't know. I wasn't here. I was down in Tejas as well. We got to about 88, I think, on the way down is what I said. driving through southern Oklahoma, basically. So my truck said at least.
It's this stretch of days is always such a blur for me. We always try to go back the day after Christmas, and when we get there, man, it is like family time. Super, like I trying to keep up with stuff, and everything is. It's a wild stretch of days, and just kind of the way it staggers into the week. Of course, this week it's a little weird too because you get back, got a show, and then it's the New Year holiday. Man, I don't know. New Year's it loses its luster for me every year. I'm like, really? Like, do we have to do that? Like, we got to do this again? Okay. All right, fine.
And also, just for us, it's always such a funny thing that you and I, historically, I guess not you anymore, but in the TV industry, you get New Year's night off, not New Year's Eve night off. That's the one that everybody wants off. You get New Year's night off. So that basically, it's like, how hard do you have to go after you worked the night before to where you need the next, 24 hours later off? But some people,
you can't. It's hard because most people also want to sleep in. So New Year's Day is the right one. But yeah, if you work nights, what are you even going to do? And usually it's nothing. Like when I was still working nights, it's been 3 years now, I guess, since I've worked the night side shift regularly. I could just come home and just go to bed. Like we'll do something tonight, and it gets a little bit easier, I suppose, in that way. But it's never like I haven't been a New Year's guy in a long time. Like more than a decade has New Year's resonated for me, like even a little bit.
No, I'm with you, and I'm a young whippersnapper, and I still, since I've been in college, it was still not very much. So I'm with you there.
I like the idea of it, but yeah, we're coming off Christmas, which everybody loves, and it's like, okay, all right, it's New Year's, fine. I always think like the shows on TV are meh. I never think like the performers are that good. Like it's the one that airs on KU, it's the CBS one now that's gone a little more.
It's like in Nashville now.
Yeah, that one is a little better, I think. But it's all still just like it's a little too much. Like I watch those poor people in Times Square, and all I think about is like, what if you have to pee?
I know.
Like, what do you do if you have to pee? Because you're having drinks down there, right? You're not just standing there. So what do you do when you get?
It's got to be blistering cold. It can't be fun.
I can't imagine that it is. Here, come stand shoulder to shoulder with
concrete.
A bunch of strangers on concrete. And have drinks, and then
8 to 9 hours probably. Like those people get there so early too.
Wear a diaper, which will make it colder.
And then the ball. This is a hot button topic in our family. Where the first time we went to New York and we saw the ball, it's like a basketball. It's not even a ball. Like it's not even huge.
Well, it's made of like crystals or something. So I don't know how big. Yeah, it's a bunch of New Year's Scrooges here on Sports Daily, but it does turn the calendar to a new year, and this has been a weird sports year, which I know you guys covered yesterday. But man, what a wacky year! It's kind of sports wise. It's like, yeah, let's get this thing turned over. Let's see what 2026 has to offer here, and quite frankly, it has to offer a bunch of college basketball where it feels as unknown as it ever has before. The outcomes feel so wide-ranging for all three of the men's teams, at least, that we follow. And we'll get our first taste of that today with the Shockers. Of course, we've got the CFP. Old Texas Tech man 9144 on YouTube says, Big 12 better get respect now. BYU beat Georgia Tech. Houston beat LSU. TCU beat USC last night. I actually had that one on, believe it or not. Maybe the listeners don't, how much I don't care about bowl games. Big 12 deserves a lot of respect, and now, of course, Texas Tech is up next with the conference on. Man, I cannot wait for that one. That one
is going to be a good one.
Wake up early. Oh my goodness! Like I was just around all the Tech fans again. I've said it before. Like there 5, I think, nieces and nephews either just finished or finishing or starting at Texas Tech, like at the moment. And then, of course, their parents have gotten into it. It's a big deal down there right now. So I'm rooting hard for the Red Raiders and the Big 12 to the viewers commentary there. This is Big 12 time. Like, I don't care what they did in the bowl games because everybody's just not playing their players. Like, I don't know. I don't even know what it means that TCU beat USC last night. Assuming they did, I'll take his word for it. Didn't stay up with it.
I want to know how deep down the Tortilla Gate rabbit hole did we get to get a old man Texas Tech viewer on Sports Daily in Wichita, Kansas?
I love it. It's fantastic. Everybody's in the Big 12. We should root for the Big 12. We should root for the Big 12 across the board once you hit the postseason. I believe that wholeheartedly. It makes our college sports experience better when the league is relevant and good and awesome. And it has been it was a weird year for the league for sure. But Texas Tech is having as good a season. I think back to that TCU team. I think this Tech team is probably better than that TCU team. And that was a really good team, a really fun team. This team, to me, feels better, but
this is
not nearly as good offensively, probably, and that's where the concern comes for tomorrow.
That TCU team was the definition of like lightning in a bottle. Like they found something that worked and they rode it hard. Like Texas Tech is like a talented roster. Like TCU was nowhere near as talented as Michigan, and they found a way to beat Michigan because they figured out what worked. Texas Tech is more talented than a lot of teams.
Defensively, Texas Tech is talented as maybe the most talented team in the country.
Agree.
Offensively, boy, they're going to have to win through defense. They're efficient, I guess, offensively, but they're not like you look at some of even Oregon, who they'll play. Like you look at some of these other teams on offense, you're like, okay, that's where it's going to be. But defensively, I think they're better than any of them. So, we'll have fun with that one tomorrow. We'll pick it. We'll pick it in the second hour. When we come back, we'll kind of make some sports resolutions. It was a weird year. We'll get you ready for the Shockers. We're going to do all that this hour. And then we'll have a busy hour number 2. So hang out with us here this morning. Final day of 2025. We made it, everybody. We're coming right back with more Sports Daily. Albrecht and Cleveland. Don't go away.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
310-1 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Is on KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody, to Sports Daily. Glad to be here with you on a Wednesday, and that'll be the last show of 2025. If you want to win some HTO, we'll send you out with a bang for the new year. You can text to win some right now. Just text the keyword T to the short code 20357. You can enter once per day. Message and data rates apply. Maybe you got a gift card for Christmas in the stocking for HTO, East Wichita, West Wichita, or Derby. You can use that while you're inside, but one of those cups of tea is on us here at Sports Daily. Good luck, everybody. T to the short code 20357. Welcome back in here to Sports Daily. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland, all the great listeners getting ready to wrap up the new year. If you're, on your way to work, at work, whatever it is, hopefully, hopefully it's not too bad here today. It's weird to come get hyper motivated. So for me, this will be the only day TV wise too, because we have to take off, tomorrow for the holiday and everything. And it's just like, what a strange, you just drop one day, into the bucket here. So if you're trying to suffer through the end of the year, we're with you. We're helping you get there. Appreciate you being here. Of course, TJ, tonight is the beginning of Shocker Conference basketball season. I say tonight, right. It's today, this afternoon against UAB out in Birmingham. I'm fired up for it. I am very ready
game
for Shocker basketball.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun game. UAB isn't as good as they have been because obviously Yax Lindeborg isn't there anymore, but they're still, they're a top half team. Ken Palm likes them a lot, if I'm not mistaken, so it's a really good test. But day basketball, by the way, sign me up for basketball when the sun is still
absolutely
out. Love it.
All right, so UAB's 107, just checking on them real quick.
So
Wichita State's 93 for reference. UAB is a top 100 offense and just outside on the defensive side, kind of where the Shockers are in both stretches. So Like, I have not watched them play this year. I only have what we see, in the metrics and stuff. So I don't know a lot about them. You mentioned, Lindenborg's out. We know that, obviously.
UAB, you see a line for this?
No.
I got it. What do you think it is?
Oh gosh, on the road, Shockers. I would say UAB by 4.5.
3.5. Good guess.
3.5.
Shockers are road dogs.
Yeah, they should be road dogs. Of course they should be road dogs. It'd be crazy if they weren't road dogs. We know, I think I underrate that every single year. How difficult it is to win college basketball games on the road. Always is, right? Like it's a brutal proposition to have to do that in college basketball. And so that doesn't surprise me at all. Can the Shockers go win it? Of course they can. I think they've showed us their upside is pretty high this year. UAB, I'm just looking at them in the net. So they're 119 in the net. They have only played quad one game. They're 0-1 in 0-2 combined in quads 1 and 2. So they don't have that like signature win or anything else either. So the net likes Wichita State quite a bit better than UAB. But yeah, I think they probably should be 3.5-point favorites at home, shouldn't they? I mean, why wouldn't they be?
That's just the home points talking basically. If you're a home team, you get 3 points probably. So it's basically I think it's a really good test for them. I'd love for them to go out and get a win because we haven't seen Wichita State do it under Paul Mills to go out and get a hot start in conference play, and I think that they know that, and they have kind of structured up a schedule for that reason to say like, guys, like we've played St. Mary, like we did all these, and they lost a few of those games, and they know why. They were all for the same reason why they lost all of those games. And so I think that it's the experiment to say like, listen, we're not playing Mississippi Valley State. Like we're going to play somebody. So that way, whenever we get to UAB on the road, like we're not walking in there getting shell shocked. So we'll see if it works.
Yeah. The Shockers issues that they've had all, free throws, that's a whatever. Like there's nothing you could do except hope the players hit them. Like coaches can't really do anything to fix that. Like that's got to just solve itself. I assume with the long break, it probably will. I'm not too worried about that. It to me, when you watch them, it's can they limit that one big where they just kind of let a team run all over them. They can't score. They can't really stop. And how long does that last? And I don't even think it's, it's the cliche in college basketball, and it's a cliche for a reason because it's true. It is a game of runs. Like teams make runs in college basketball all the time. It feels like, though, the negative runs get a little out of control on the Shockers. And so, that's for me, that's what I watch. Like, okay, when it goes cold offensively, because it will in stretches of most games, can they limit the damage when that happens and then battle through it? All those games that they lost, like the holiday tournament games, all that stuff, man, they just you can make a case in a lot of them they probably should have won. They at minimum could have won it. And maybe that's what gives the optimism coming in as you think about all the good teams they've played and the fact that it's like, man, they're right there.
You'd feel a lot better if they won the games, obviously. But I do think that there is something to be said about like they walked away from those games. And again, there's no moral victories, but like they walk away from those games understanding what happened. And it's been the same thing in every loss. And that's a downside. And then it's happened multiple times. But the fact that you can sit there and pinpoint like, this is what we did wrong. Like we can make adjustments for that. We know what we're doing here. Like it's not a hypothetical in practice to say like, okay, imagine we're down 20 on the road. What do we do now? Like, that they've had the opportunities to have to make comebacks and have to try to finish games out tight. And, they've fallen in a few. They did it against UNI though on the road. That was, it's a quad one team basically.
And I think they're, at the top end as talented as any of the Paul Mills teams, and they certainly seem deeper than the Paul Mills teams. So now it's just like all you got to do is go play. It has been disastrous starts to conference play in each of the first two Paul Mills seasons. Disastrous. And they have to figure that part out. If you took those horrible starts away from them the last 2 years, they would be much better conference outcomes. Don't do that again. Right? Just get out to a normal start. and let's see what happens. Okay, so this may fall. Max is saying he has a take from me on the Shockers that he has recorded somewhere. I have no idea what this is. Max, what are you about to do to me here? What do you have teed up? What are the Shockers going to be this year? Are they going to be a balanced team that attacks from a variety of ways? What I don't think they're going to be is a great three-point shooting team.
Classic. You know what they did after that, Max? What did they do after that, Max? Tell us. Do you remember?
Didn't they go out and shoot a bunch of 3-pointers?
They broke the school record for threes in a game. Classic.
Set a school record, yeah. So they are right now at 36%.
To circle back to that, that's actually a good point to bring up. We've kind of seen them evolve, that they're not really quite the 3-point shooting team that they were, though. They're going to make some, but they're not. They're the best. They're the best 3-point shooting team that Paul Mills has had, but they really aren't a ginormous 3-point shooting team. I think that on nights when they're struggling, that's what their crutch is, but that's not what they're going to succeed at, I think.
Max was trying to dunk on me there. I don't think that was wrong. Like, I don't think that's going to be their bread and butter. It was funny when I said it because they did set the school record the next day. But I think they still could be. It's because they have Giles, right? And they have a couple of guys who can fill it up and heat up at times. But like, if you look at I just pulled it up as Max brought that up. You have Giles, who's taken a boatload of them. You have Michael Gray, who's taken a lot of them. And boy, that's it, man. Like, Karan Boyd's taken a decent amount. And honestly, it's those three shooting it at a pretty high clip. They're each 40% or above on the season. That has lifted the boat. But it's kind of like it's them or bust. Like, those are the three guys. And Giles is
Unique is supposed to
clip higher.
Unique is supposed to be. Coach Mills said that Unique is their best 3-point shooter. He's just kind of got into a slump as soon as the season started, basically. But those, I mean, and Boyd really isn't a 3-point shooter. He just makes a lot of corner threes. Apparently, he's really good at that shot. But those three, Gray, Giles, and Unique, were supposed to be the guys that were going to do it. And to be frank, not to throw shade at other teams, but that's 3 more than they had last year. That's 3 more than they had the year before.
But it's not their I don't think it's their identity by any means.
No, it's not. But
and so that's okay though. Like, I would rather them be good at everything else and have a few guys who could fill it up when
they've quickly shifted back into what Paul Mills teams have been good at Wichita State, which is, the Xavier Bell show almost of like, let's just get downhill. Like, TJ Williams is really good at getting downhill. They use whenever Will Berg's on the court, they use him really effectively. Like, he is coming into his own, I think, after that first game really, really well. So I think that that's what they do. And then I think that they've, just kind of got the firepower, I think is the right way to put it. That like Giles is probably going to put up, 8 to 10 a game. It's honestly almost a realistic thing for him. And so it depends on how hot he is of how well they shoot through that night, I think.
This is a fun experiment. So the Shockers are shooting right at 36% on the season. Okay, so that's where which compared to the last couple of years feels pretty good. 36% right now nationally. Nationally, where do you think their 36.2% ranks in the country?
92.
74th.
Okay.
So like they're okay at it. They're fine at it. They're okay, but it's not what they do. And I'm glad for this too, because to me that always feels like the most fickle thing. I'd much rather them, have it in the arsenal, but be good at scoring in other ways.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it too, and they've taken a decent volume on them. They've made more than 9 threes 5 times this year. So 5 out of how many games have we played? 5 out of 13. So less than half the time. So it's not what they want to do, but they can if they need to.
Yeah.
And on the road, probably it's not going to happen, right?
That's the hard part. That's the hard part, is that's the one thing that does not travel well is 3-point shooting. Defense will travel well, slashing will travel well, but if you're a team that live and dies by the 3, that's the way that you can get upset, basically.
So we'll see tonight. I think they're healthy. I don't think we're expecting any issues with that. They're deep. that's the thing that I actually like about them, is that they are deep and they can come at people a little bit different on different nights. Is it a night Giles, fills it up? Where's TJ Williams? TJ Williams has cooled a little bit, I think, since that beginning run, but he's still, does so many different things, in a game to help them. So we'll see. We're through the relief, I'm sure, for Paul Mills to be through his health scare and to have that out in the public. And now it's all basketball again, and see if they can exorcise the demons that have haunted them the last 2 years, because there have been a lot of demons in this month that have haunted them in the Paul Mills era.
At this point, like from what they've shown you, and I'm not, I'm obviously, pulling for them. I pull for the teams that we cover, but like at this point, like if they go and lose tonight in Birmingham, like the amount of people that'll be surprised by that aren't a lot. That's just what they've shown you historically over the past few years. And they're probably, Ken Palm says they're, 14 spots better of a team than UAB is. But like, you got to go prove it. And I think if you do that, like the amount of juice that will give, like, and we talk about this all the time, I'm trying to get the fan base back into it. It's little sparks of juice. Like the K-State win last year and the Memphis win last year are big sparks to be like, wait, did you see what the Shockers did? You see what the Shockers did last night? Hey, if they go and win and get 1-0 in conference play, like that's a little bit of a spark to say, and they got 2 on the road, obviously. If they can go 2-0 on the road, like that first game back, if I'm not mistaken, that's next Sunday against North Texas is a good game. Like that could actually be a, pretty juicy crowd.
Well, they get Rice before that. So
Is Rice at home?
They have Rice at home on Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
They go to Charlotte on Saturday. Charlotte's not very good.
Right. No.
Charlotte's not good. So you better be 1-1 coming out of this road trip, and you'd feel fine about that. But they could be 2-0 for sure. Today's game, man, I'm excited about today's game. And then Rice, I haven't looked Rice up. I don't expect Rice to be much. But that's a game they'll certainly be favored in. Yeah, Rice is not good at all. And North Texas, they're even lower here than UAB. So there is an opportunity here for Wichita State to do something special out of the gates through the first 2 weeks of conference, or for the first 2 weeks of conference play, basically. And it starts today with what should be the most difficult of their first 4 conference games. Can they go do something? They've had plenty of time to get ready for it. They've had plenty of time to think about it. Where does it start? It starts with defense. We know that. Starts with defense. It starts with rebounding. Don't turn the ball over. All that just basic basketball stuff. It's kind of the things, though, that they're good at. They are good defensively, can be very good defensively. They don't really turn the ball over a ton. They have a couple of 7-footers out there that can help them be good on the boards. Like they can do all that stuff. For me, can you keep UAB from going on an 18-2 run at some point in this game?
I agree, Jacob. I see the baby coughs are still there. That was a
They're actually not. That was more of a spit.
I caught what everybody else has gotten last week, and so I am on the upswing from that. But I have now gotten the Jacob Albrock baby coughs.
Yeah, the baby coughs
fine, except they just get
that's time of year too. Like that's pretty much all year, and that's old man thing. That's old man. You see the videos. You got to clear your throat for like a half hour when you wake up as you get older. But Shockers 3:00. You'll hear him KUIN today. To get things started for the season, and we're excited about it. We're very excited about it, and it will be 2:30 pregame coverage will begin. Looks like we also have. We haven't talked about this. Dan Patrick's on with us today. Was that yesterday as well?
Is he?
Or is today
I don't know.
The first day. I think today might be the first day. It's either today or tomorrow. I've got it in my notes that it's today.
I'm almost certain it's today's the first day. Now you're saying that.
Dan Patrick, I just a real quick aside. I can't tell you how excited Dan Patrick to me is the best that's ever done it. I am so fired up that we have him now in our daily lineup. To go from Dan Patrick to Jim Rome following us, let's just try not to screw it up, TJ. Dan Patrick is my all-time favorite. I'm so glad that we got him. I think that's going to be incredible. Can't wait to be able to listen to that now.
True,
because I haven't been for a few years, haven't been able to. So I'm pretty excited about that programming note. He'll come on. He'll follow us now from 11 until Rome. You'll have Shocker basketball on KYN. Prairie Fire Coffee fueling us up in the new year. When we come back, thanks to Prairie Fire Coffee, we will chat about some resolutions. The shockers are kind of a part of mine. I kind of have one sports year resolution that sort of goes over a variety of things, and I got to try to be better at it in 2026.
They need this is, you talked about this earlier in the show. Sorry for my random noises there. 2025, since I've started covering all these teams, I started January of 2022. This was the worst calendar year by far. Like, not a single team was in contention except for the Chiefs losing the Super Bowl.
Yeah, which that's contention. I mean, you lose in the Super Bowl. That's
that's the only upside, is that the Chiefs were in the Super Bowl of 2025. Yeah, every other team was never really in playoff contention except the Royals for their little span, and that's about it.
2 worst years of the Bill Self era at KU. Yeah, like it's been rough. So what are we resolving for in the new year? We'll do that. We've got picks coming later, including the CFP games. We'll have Shreyas Laddha in later next hour as well. It is Sports Daily for the final time in 2025. All Brockton, Cleveland. Don't go away.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now. 83101 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite, or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Is on KFH.
Welcome back in, everybody. Happy Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday. That ain't going to be a resolution for me, TJ. Don't worry. We're keeping the tradition alive in 2020.
Whenever you said in the opening segment that you misspoke, you were trying to say the final Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday, and you said finally the last, and I said, yeah, that's where I am. Finally the last one of the 2025.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to participate or not. There is time to resolve to join in the movement of at least 2, myself and Paul Savage. We may be the only ones, but we're gonna go for it here. There are lots of things. Don't catch the flu right now. That's my resolution personally. Don't get the flu. That's going around. Seeing some pretty staggering numbers here this week on that. Ugh, gross. No, we're happy to be here with you. Glad that you're with us, spending the final day of your new year with us. Thanks to Crestview Country Club, by the way, who will take a little break from some things in the new year, but lots of good things. They just sent out their year in review and next year outlook to all the changes and things that they've done. They've really update a lot of great things there. And right now is the best time to join if you're looking for something new in the new year, because they tell us that you'll get the best deals if you do. So give Crestview Country Club a call, 36 holes of golf and much more. Tell them we sent you here from Sports Daily. So I thought about this. I was like, all right, TJ, what do we got? I was texting yesterday. We're trying to get back in the groove. And I'm like, well, we could do some like cheesy New Year's sports resolutions. It is the 31st. What are you going to do? Talk about the big, what did we have? What was that last night? The Alamo Bowl, the Fiesta Bowl?
Alamo.
No, I'm probably not going to do that. Probably don't need to do that. Mine. I'll give you mine. It's kind of simple.
Hold on. You're talking about the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl in Shreveport, Louisiana. See that?
Yeah, game? I didn't catch that. I was driving, unfortunately, so I did miss that one.
That was the game. That was the game K-State was supposed to play in. Right, and let me tell you, if they caught Louisiana Tech on a night like they had yesterday, they would have gone 6-7 this year.
6-7.
Yeah, thank you.
6-7. What a weird thing these bowl games are now. Like, I'm looking at just like the emptiest stadiums ever. They're going to have to do something. Like, you can't just keep doing the same thing. Like, just make them mean something, pay the play. I don't know what you're going to do. Expand, make it at minimum, just rename the playoff games bowl games. I think you just make them all neutral field, but then you got too much travel. I get it, but it's a tough spot. I don't know how much. I wish I could always, when I see these things, I'm like, can I just see the numbers? Like, how much money are we talking for these communities? Like, how much is on the line? What real financial impact does this have for ESPN to have these random games on all week. I would rather beef up college basketball. And I know that's not something that resonates as much for a lot of people, but like we're getting a 3:00 game today for Wichita State on a Wednesday. Heck yeah. Do it like holiday week. Holiday week's the best, right? For Thanksgiving, you get all those tournaments and all that stuff. But anyway, watch the bowl games, love them, enjoy them. If that's your thing, I like the CFB games, and those are coming up tonight and tomorrow. We'll pick them here in a little bit. But when we're talking about resolutions for the new year, it's been a rough year. We know that. I think I'm just simply resolving to maybe try to get more realistic expectations, or at least like in this, the Chiefs are what make me think about this the most, like resolving to grow with the times of like where we are with the Chiefs in this, whether it's the end of the dynasty, which is very much possible, whether it's like this kind of messy middle part of the dynasty, or whether it's just business as usual and they're actually really good next year. Just trying to be realistic. I think if one thing this year taught me about them is the days of just sort of counting on Mahomes and Kelsey and Andy Reid and Chris Jones, like those days are behind us, right? Though that group kind of carrying through all the other things that could be going on and getting you there. The Super Bowl win of 2 years ago, most notably for me, getting to the Super Bowl last year with a severely flawed roster, like all those days that were done. They're going to have to actually get a whole lot better on paper. They want to keep this thing going in the immediate future. So they're the ones that have me thinking about that. But that for me, that I'm an optimist. So, how do you more realistically approach
I mean, I don't know. That feels lame. Feels lame to me, honestly. Like that's the way that expectations are privileged because of things that you've done in the past. Like I don't think it's outlandish to be upset when the Chiefs don't make.
No,
the
I'm
Super
saying
Bowl.
I want to be more outlandish. I'm saying I want to be more I want to be more upset when. I don't know, the Chiefs don't make the playoffs, where right now my brain is like, yeah, it's fine. They got to retool. They've been to the Super Bowl 5
I'm with
times
you on
recently.
that.
Yeah, like it's fine. Like it's not that big a deal. Like, understanding where we are in the sequence of things. And it's not even that it's been wrong the other way. It's kind of been right until this year. This year, that's what I mean. Like you can't just count on what's always been there for them. But it goes further than that. Like, how do I appropriately set expectations for the Royals and not just expect them to win the division?
You should. Like that's the
well, I should if that's what their roster tells us they are.
That's what they've made their bed to do. They just they probably had the busiest offseason they've had in a decade. Like they're telling you they want to go win the division. They should go win the division.
It's not the busiest offseason they've had in a decade, not even close. It's not the busiest offseason they've had in the last 3 years. They've made 2 minor trades of relief pitchers.
Okay, if they go get the big guy they're talking about, but they've added 4 or 5 pieces.
Yeah, but they haven't signed Bobby Witt Jr. to a franchise record deal.
It was an extension.
They haven't traded for Jonathan India.
Jonathan India was probably the biggest thing they've done.
They haven't signed. Trading. No, the biggest was 2 years ago when they signed Seth Lugo and Michael Wacha. They spent more money that offseason than any team in the American League. Okay. Like this is the third busiest of the last 3 years. That's okay. I think I actually like the offseason they've had. Speaking of the Royals, by the way, I did see the Diamondbacks I don't know if they have a general manager, but they're whatever the guy would be that makes the roster decisions in Arizona. I don't know what his official title is. I don't think it's GM, but he's the guy. He is saying that the Ketel Marte, who's been one of the best players in baseball the last few years. We've talked about him before. They're saying they're going to stop those conversations soon and that they'll be done. So basically it's your shot over the bow of if anybody wants him, like now's your last chance, come get him, because they'll reshuffle their priorities of the offseason. That is the one where it's like that's the big one. That is the big one. There's not one that would be bigger. There's probably not even one at this point that would move the needle a whole lot for the Royals, which again, I think is okay. I don't think my expectations for them will be quite as high as they were a year ago. but I think they could easily be a better team than they were a year ago, even if they don't do anything else.
I mean, they're the same argument that we talked about the Chiefs. Just the fact that they ran it back is just like they're the same team, but they're healthier, and Rashee Rice is going to play football again, basically. Like
the Royals are young and ascending. The Chiefs are not young and ascending.
It's true. Yeah, it's a better idea to run it back with the Royals than it was the Chiefs. More so because the Royals weren't just missing Rashee Rice. The Royals were missing their entire starting rotation at one point, basically. Yeah. Like they went through an entire roster, it felt like.
I'm pretty excited about baseball season. I'm pretty excited about Royals season. I don't think at this point I'm like pick them to win the World Series, or I think I picked them to go to the World Series last year because I was so in love with that rotation. That won't happen this year, but I still think there's a very good chance they go back to the postseason this year.
I mean, it depends
on
one
big offensive move. Maybe it could be that good.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how good that rotation is going to be. Obviously we saw Waka, come back, and he wasn't as good as he was before his injury, basically. And you talk about, Reagan's with all of his injury stuff. So it depends on what rotation that we get from him, and that is a big question. But if they're as good as they've respectively each shown you, especially if Chris Bubich is apparently an ace all of a sudden, then they are a legit team, I think.
Yeah, it's there's questions. You've got to have Reagan's, you got to have Booth. Those guys have got to come back from significant injuries. And so I'm going to try to temper that, resolving to try to temper that. I'm trying to resolve with the Shockers to not just expect them to go win the conference. What have they told us so far? Like, we've seen half the season of Wichita State. What are we expecting? This applies to me for KU too, because all I keep dreaming about is the day Darren Peterson is back in that lineup at 100% with the way they've looked, and man, they could actually contend. Pump the brakes on that. We can't get Peterson back in the lineup first. So, resolving to look at things as they stand maybe, and not what they could. I don't know. It's a lame one, and I probably won't do it. This will probably last for the next hour and 10 minutes, or at least until we make football picks. Right. And then I'll throw it out the window because I don't think it's in my DNA, but it's a resolution. We don't ever keep any of our resolutions, right? That's what they are. They're just things that we say to try to feel good for a week.
You'll be good until you do get that one. Darren Peterson comes back on Saturday, scores 30. Then it's like, oh, wait, they're going to win a national championship, aren't they?
Yeah, they hold the opposition to 53 points. And you're like, it's all there, baby. It's all there. I can't wait to talk to Shreyas Laddha about that. With more interesting and strange comments from Bill Self that we'll get to. Well, he could be back, or he could not be back for a while.
Yeah, that's the biggest word salad I've ever seen in my life. It could be immediate, or it could be a while. Oh, so it's any time in a calendar year.
I think we're to the point for him where he just doesn't know. Like, he's just like, I guess we'll find out. I'll find out with the rest of you. What a weird deal. It's too bad. Hopefully it ends. It could. I still think we're jumping to a conclusion a bit prematurely on that, but it's easy to get to that conclusion that it's just not going to work. God, I hope that's not the case, because it's all right there.
I agree. The best way that I said it yesterday is that, like, we aren't dealing in the conspiracy theories here on Sports Daily, but whenever there's not answers to questions that other people have, that's where these things come from. And, it's January 1st tomorrow, and we still don't really have the answer. And I don't think Bill Self has the answer either. I think that you're right. I don't think anybody really has the answer, honestly.
These conspiracy theories that I don't like as much, the last three big ones I remember was that Dylan Edwards is not going to play and transfer. Was that, the Darren Peterson stuff now. The Chris Kleiman's going to retire, so Colin Klein can't come, and that was the biggest one ever. Now that one didn't last a very long time. That was like the night before. But the Kleiman being gone, conspiracy theorists, although
there was a conspiracy. That conspiracy was more so the fact of, like, they need to fire him because Colin Klein's our guy.
Right.
That was more so that one.
Yeah, and I still don't even think that was the case. But the end outcome was there. What are the conspiracy theories of 2026? Looks like Andy Reid's coming back. As a quick note, in case we don't get to that, you guys probably got to that yesterday, right? He said that on Monday. So he's probably coming back. Which, yes, Chiefs fans, that's a good thing. My take on that. No, it is not time for Andy Reid to go. If the Chiefs even play football this week? Are they even playing a football game? Like, what are we doing?
Yesterday I teased to their game at noon just out of habit of thinking that Raiders Chiefs is a noon game, and Jackson said that game's at 3. I said, oh, haven't looked at it at all.
Well, this is the weird week, remember, where they just kind of throw games everywhere to try. And there's not very many of them, by the way. Like, there's not a lot to decide. There's a little bit, but not a ton. The ones we'll get into it in our picks. There is one, and we'll have that. We'll have it all in the next hour. Plus Shreyas Laddha. Don't go away. It's Sports Daily on a Wednesday. Happy New Year's Eve, everybody.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
83101 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSEW.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH, this is Sports Daily.
Aloha, Mr. Hyde.
Welcome back in, everybody. It is a happy Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday for you here on Sports Daily. Glad to be with you, Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland, for the final time of 2025. We are getting ready to make some picks. This will be our last show of the week, and then we're off for the New Year holiday. And then we are back to normal on Monday, full, ready to go. 2026, we'll have conference basketball games in the book. We'll be on to the next round of the CFP. The NFL playoffs will be getting underway. There is a lot to get ready for this time of the year on the sports calendar. It is just always a weird week of transition. That week between Christmas and New Year, all the holiday parties, all the things, and then a few days of work just kind of jammed in there. But we're happy to help you get through it all. It is all coming up for you here in this hour. We're going to make some picks. What's on tap, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, now pouring the brand new seasonal Bach Lager. Bach, yeah. A cold beer that'll give you a warm feeling. Bach Lager available at all three WBC brew pubs, east near Central and Woodlawn, west at 13th and Tyler, and in historic Delano at Handley, Wichita Brewing Company, where groups gather for the holiday season. TJ, there's some NFL headlines that have been interesting. You've got two teams trying to like make Super Bowl runs that have had situations with their wide receivers that are not helping. DK Metcalf might single-handedly cost the Steelers a postseason berth. They lose a game they shouldn't lose. He's not there for this one this weekend against the Ravens. God, that's got to be frustrating.
Is this weekend's game win and get in for both of them?
Yes. That's one of the games we're picking, by the way. But yes, it's a win and go. It's the only one like that this week. We thought Carolina Tampa was going to be like that until Atlanta beat the Rams strangely. And so now there is a little bit of weirdness in that where if Atlanta wins, it will eliminate one of Carolina or Tampa, even if they win. I think it's Tampa. Tampa has to win and have Atlanta lose. Some weird thing like that, because they'd have the same record and then divisional records come in or whatever it is. But yeah, that's the only one. And they don't have maybe their best offensive player because he tried to punch a fan. Like, what a strange, again, I don't know what that fan said. I think there are a lot of times fans need to be punched and deserve to be punched. But come on, man. Like you got just walk away from that. It's not even that hard to walk away from that. He was like leaning over a sideline. Right? Like just leave, like just walk away. Who cares what that person is saying? That one's bad. And then Steph Diggs for the Patriots has been accused and arrested for. Or he faces felony charges. Yeah. I don't know if he was arrested for it, but he faces felony strangulation charges, misdemeanor assault and battery, something that happened on December 2nd, according to paperwork filed. But again, if that one probably isn't going to linger into missed time right now, but it's certainly a distraction.
I saw that his arraignment date is 2 days before the AFC Championship, which would be wild.
Yeah, man. It doesn't sound good. He has got some skeletons in his closet on videos that have been put out and things like that. That one's probably not going to be like league punishment in time, but it's still it's just looming now, and he's categorically denied everything that's been accused of him. So deserves his day in court and all that stuff. But it's still a situation that's a distraction, no matter what happens here. But you're getting this. It's a little strange to be dealing with this kind of stuff late in the season, right? That's usually stuff you're dealing with out of the gates or whatever. But two pretty big headlines in the NFL that don't have anything to do with football, unfortunately. Drake May, odds-on favorite to win the MVP. I wondered if that would happen, and I didn't check. It was hard to watch everything this weekend, but his performance was some of what I got to see. I mean, he is now at minus 400, so he's a pretty heavy favorite. If you stack him up against Stafford, TJ, Stafford has more passing yards, has more touchdowns by a pretty wide margin, same number of interceptions, but May has a better completion percentage, now the better record, and is a better runner at this point in his career. My only counter to it all is Stafford has played a significantly more difficult schedule than Drake May. I don't know who I would vote for right now. My gut says May because of what he's done, but I don't want it to be so much based on how they've exceeded expectations this year. I do want to put it resume up against resume, and that makes it a little harder. May is the easy choice to go to because of where the Patriots are versus where they were perceived to be. But Stafford's had an incredible year, and they have played in the most difficult division in football. But it's hard. What do you have? 3 interceptions? So it's hard that you don't want that to be the last thing people remember. And I think the votes pretty much get decided now. So.
Yep.
I don't know who I'd vote for, but it is down between those two, it looks like. And I'm kind of 50-50 on this one. Like last year, to me, it was so clearly Lamar, even though Jordan got it. This year, I don't think it's clear either direction. I think this was a coin flip. Don't misunderstand. May's going to win it, but I don't know who I'd vote for.
Yeah, May's going to win it. I think that's more so on the shoulders of, as we've seen the Lamar Josh Allen thing happen in the past of saying like, hey, there's a new guy. This fits the storyline. Led them from depths of hell back into the postseason as a 1 seed. Like he has all the stuff of that, and it's also the fact of this gets us a new poster boy. This gets us the voter fatigue. Did Stafford ever win one? He did, I thought.
Yes, I think he has had an MVP.
I'm almost certain he has. That's the other part of it as well of saying,
I think voter fatigue. He just had the crazy numbers. Okay, let's see.
Maybe he didn't. He won a Super Bowl MVP.
We're going AP MVP, right? Is who we give that to.
Yeah.
No, he does not have one. Which it's interesting.
My storyline bias is fraudulent. Sorry.
Well, that's why Josh Allen won one last year. I mean, because he didn't have one yet. Is why he won one last year. He did not have a better season than Lamar Jackson last year. In fact, he should have won it the year prior, and Lamar shouldn't have. They flipped them because it was just he doesn't have one yet. Maybe that is what lingers in with Stafford because it's pretty easy. Stafford. The case to make Stafford the MVP is not even difficult at all to make. He's got 12 more touchdown passes, more passing yards. His team is played a far more difficult schedule. It's an easy case to make. And if he doesn't have one game where he throws 3 interceptions and they lose, he's the MVP. We're not having this conversation. So that's the other thing. Are you really going to is that moment going to determine the entire season? But May has been steady Eddie, and he has been really good this year. But just as a passer, Stafford's been better. Who do they play this week? They don't have anything to play for. So May, I believe, does have a little bit to play for. As far as seeding and those things. So he will probably play, and he could have a Stafford game of last week. If you're the Rams, do you play Stafford to try to let him win an MVP? I mean, that's a question, I suppose. You know that he's got to go convince the voters right now. Do you play Stafford to let him try to win an MVP if you're Sean McVay? against the
I don't
Cardinals,
know.
a team he could pile up the numbers on pretty easily.
Maybe if he wasn't 40, I think that goes into it as well. You get
I
a
think
chance
you
to give
ask him, right? You just ask him, what do you want to do? The Patriots are set to play in that same window as the heavy favorite there, of course, against Miami. What is the situation that, they've got a lot. I think the Patriots have a lot of seeding implications on the line. They're going to go full. Is that right, Max? Do you know? I think they've got they're in control, but they still have to win it to not have a seeding situation that gets a little worse. I think that's right.
Yeah, they could drop to 3 if somehow they lose to Miami.
Yeah, they don't want to do that. So, they'll probably at least play until they're well in control of that game. The Rams, I don't think, have anything to decide. So, but they're playing the Cardinals. They're trying to get healthy. Devontae Adams has been banged up a little bit. I guess you just ask Stafford what he wants to do.
It's interesting. Now that you're saying this, I haven't really dug into the stats like that. You're 100% right of the fact that Stafford's better than him in every category, basically, except
running
QBR.
the ball. Yeah, except running
the ball.
Yeah, May adds that element, which is important. I mean, that's a part of May's game for sure this year. Beating expectations is a part of it too. I think you also, if you're going to take beating expectations into, you also have to take schedule into it. And the Patriots have not played a difficult one at all. And the Rams play in a really good division. So I think maybe we need to see it. Maybe we need to see this final week. I think, I know I said this, I think I'd probably, I really am about 50-50 on this. I really am. It's hard.
I think it'll be Drake May because of what the NFL has shown you in the past of precedents and things of that sort. But I think the more fun conversation here is what you brought up, is if the Rams will play him, if the Rams will play Stafford in Week 18, just to see and make it interesting. And if you're Stafford, do you want to?
I mean, May has 400 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns. That's not insignificant.
If you're Matt Stafford right now at the ripe age of 37, it's pretty comfortable. Would you say I want to play another game?
I'd say give me a half. I'd say probably so. All right, let's come back. We're going to make some football picks when we return. Don't go away. More Sports Daily coming your way.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
83-1001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
is Sports Daily on KFH.
Sports Talk on KFH presented by Paramount Plus. Count on Sundays all season long with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Thanks for being here with us, everybody. We are ready to make some football picks. Real quick, Max brought up a good point on the Stafford versus May debate that I think is valid. Stafford playing in a much better offense with much better weapons around him. I would agree with that, which is another. This will be an interesting thing to see what the Rams do if they do it with them. But we are going to make some picks here today. Tommy has sent his in. Brandon is with us. Brandon Zenner. So is Paul Savage. And Paul is rocking and rolling with a Hawaiian. Paul, appreciate it.
You bet. My lifestyle choice.
Final one of the year, Paul. Final one of the year.
And I got a shirt on to prove it.
Yeah, that's right. It's Wine Shirt Wednesday.
That's right.
TJ, what are the results? I think I did pretty good last week. Am I remembering that correctly?
I am tallying it up as we speak, and you are remembering that correctly. You went 5-1 last week, Jacob.
Wow.
And that pulls you back into a winning record. You're 57 and 56. I think that puts you in the lead, actually.
I think it probably does.
I think it does. I can't believe it.
But we'll have, we're getting there. We're making it there. We've got fun ones this week because you have all four of the CFP games to get to. So Max, hit the music. Let's do it.
Hey, sports bettors, ready for some picks destined to fail? Time to hear what the Sports Daily staff thinks of the weekend games.
All right, here we go. We'll start with those college games. We didn't get any of these last week. I'm glad to have them back. It starts tonight. Ohio State is a 9.5-point favorite against Miami. I had the good week last week. I'll go first. Look, 9.5 points is a lot, and it's a lot when you haven't played football. And as long as Ohio State has played football, last year's trends told us that there may be a little rust to knock off here in some of these. I'm going to go against my brain and kind of go with my gut that trend continues. I'll actually take Miami and the 9.5.
Wow.
I don't think they're going to win. I don't think Miami's going to win. But I think with the rust factor and everything else, there's backdoor on this. Can they keep it within 9.5? That's a lot. I'm going to take Miami, and it feels weird because my brain says Ohio State's going to kill them. But I can't forget what happened last year with these long delays. I'm going to take Ohio State. Give me the Buckeyes. Paul?
Well,
sorry, I'm going to take Miami.
What?
Give me the Hurricanes.
Yeah, that's
Ohio State's going to win the game. Give me the Hurricanes to cover, though. Paul?
You want the points. Got you. I got you. Miami stung me last week. For that reason, I should take Miami, but I'm not taking Miami. Now, you say there's a rust factor. I say there's a factor of you getting all your little owies healed up. You get a little more practice time. You're going to be looser going to the game. You're going to be ready to play. You're fresh. It's a new season. That's the factor I'm going with. I'm taking the Buckeyes.
Okay. TJ?
I'm with you in the fact of my brain tells me that Ohio State should kill Miami in this game. For that reason, I'm going to take Ohio State to kill Miami in this game. I'm going to take them and lay 9.5.
So, Brandon, just for quick reference's sake, Arizona State last year, bye, lost. Oregon last year, bye, lost. Boise State last year, bye, lost. Georgia, bye, last year, lost. Right? So, it's a thing. They haven't played football in 3.5 weeks. But is that enough for Ohio State, who's far more talented than Miami, to struggle?
Yeah, but we also established last year that the format was so terrible that we changed it after 1 year. And Ohio State is undefeated in the 12-team college football playoff. Got to forget about that.
True.
This offense is way better than Texas A&M's. Miami doesn't know what's coming for it, especially against this wide receiver core, Cardinal Tate, Jeremiah Smith, and so on and so forth. Give me the Buckeyes big.
All right, and Tommy is taking the Buckeyes. I figured that would be an island. I don't know. I hope that I'm wrong about that because it's annoying. It's my least favorite thing right now about the CFP. It's not the number of teams. It's not anything. It's the fact that these teams that play to a bye don't play football for 3.5 weeks. It's absolutely insane. Texas Tech, Oregon. Paul, you're up first on this one. The Red Raiders are 2.5-point dogs.
Yeah.
Even though they're the higher seed, Oregon is favored in this game.
I'm ashamed to say this, but I've picked against Texas Tech way too much this year. And I'll tell you, it's cost me. It has cost me. It may dethrone me. Texas Tech may be the one team in college football that has dethroned Paul Savage as champion of Friday football picks on KFH. And with that being said, I'm going to change myself a little bit here. I learn a lesson. You don't have to hit me over the head, but about 10 times. After the 10th, I start figuring it out. I'm going to take Texas Tech. Man, they're just good. They're good. They could win the whole thing. They're that good.
TJ, they're the Big 12 team outside of the ones we cover. We'd certainly talk the most about this year. I don't think they were just this year's best Big 12 team. I've thought all year that they were a contender to go make noise late in the season. It's put up or shut up time. What do you think?
I think Texas Tech is one of the best teams, but I do think that it's surprising that Oregon is not favored in this, or they are favored, not favored by more in this game. I'm going to fade my heart here. I'm rooting for the Big 12 team, but I got to pick Oregon. Give me the Ducks.
Brandon, Oregon won't have the rust they had last year as the 1 seed. They got a game under their belts. Is Texas Tech in trouble here?
Yeah, Paul, it's too bad someone didn't hit you upside the head 11th time so you would realize how good this Oregon team is. I've doubted them all year long, but then you go look. I think they lead the nation in yards per carry. Dante Moore is going to, I think, be the number 1 pick in this upcoming draft as the best offense that Texas Tech has faced all season. No offense to anyone in the Big 12, but it is a lot of offense.
That's saying a lot from that K-State game we saw on Halloween.
Yeah. No offense, BYU.
Gosh.
Tommy is taking Texas Tech. I don't disagree with that, Brandon. I think but I also think this is the best defense maybe in the country and will be the best defense Oregon has played. So I think low scoring. I think slugfest. I'm not picking against Tech. You guys know I've loved them. I've got a vested interest in them. I'm not picking against the Red Raiders. Go Big 12. Go Red Raiders. Let's make a run. Let's see if the Big 12 can make noise. This is probably the best team the Big 12 has had representing. We were talking about that in the first hour. I don't know if you guys agree. I think they're better than the TCU team that made the national championship. I think this is the best Big 12 team in a while.
I agree.
But that offense isn't a wagon, and they haven't played in 3.5 weeks. So what's the Oregon defense going to do is probably the question. Tommy takes Texas Tech. All right, TJ, you're up first on the next one. Indiana, 7-point favorites against Alabama. What do you think?
It's a real underdog story. They've had to overcome so much, and for that reason, I'm going to ride with the little guy in this one. Give me Alabama to get guy. 7 points here. Alabama +7 is an absurd statement, and I'm taking it.
Brandon?
Yeah, I don't get this line at all. I think Ty Simpson's good enough to keep his 3-point game, maybe an Indiana field goal in the final 2 minutes. But, 24-21, somewhere around there. I like Alabama to keep it close.
I want to vomit in my mouth as I take Alabama. But, again, it's the 3.5 week thing. Is Indiana good enough to overcome that? What is Alabama, like 10-4 as a dog under Kalen DeBoer? Or not as a dog, but as against the spread in those close games. I can't remember what it was. He's very good in this situation. Let me just put it that way. I think it's a dog, but then I'm like, they haven't been dogs.
Alabama's pretty good regardless. So.
They haven't been dogs 14 times under Kalen DeBoer. But yeah, I'm going to take the point. 7 points? Are you kidding me? It's an Indiana factor. They beat Ohio State. I'm taking Alabama. Tommy's taking Indiana. Paul?
Well, something, this is interesting because I was going to take Alabama because I thought all you suckers were going to take Indiana. That's what I thought was going to happen. Now, listen, Indiana last year, I still have my doubts of just how good they really were last year. This year's another story. This year, this is a darn good football team. This is a really good football team. And I know 7 points is a lot, but I'll tell you what, I've lost so many times picking Indiana. I think, what the heck? I'm going to take one more pick, and I'm going to go with Indiana. And it almost put me on an island. Not quite an island, but almost an island. And I'm going to go ahead.
That's called a peninsula, Paul.
A peninsula. Oh, I didn't know that. There we go. Good. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and take Indiana.
So here's what my couldn't get out of my system. Bama's 10-4 against the spread. By most, they've been a couple that have been right on the line, depending on where you took them in the book. Kalen DeBoer, though, as an underdog historically, 8-1 against the spread as an underdog. So it's one of those weird betting things. Tommy is taking Indiana. I think I said that. All right. Georgia, Ole Miss. Georgia's a 6.5-point favorite. Brandon, you were up first on this one. 6.5-point favorite against Ole Miss. What do you like?
I think this is the week that everything catches up to Ole Miss. I think Georgia's is way too good in this spot. Give me the dogs.
Tommy is taking Georgia. I am taking Georgia. Ole Miss, I don't know. I don't think they're quite in the class of that top 3 or 4 teams, and I think Georgia probably is. But again, like, this is one of those rust factor games. I don't know. I cannot wait to see that, because if we see what we saw last year with these teams taking the long breaks, it has to change. It has to change immediately. Can't have that happen again. We'll see if it happens. I don't think it will to Georgia. 6.5, right on the line. Paul.
You know something? I was going to take Georgia too, but if I take, what's the giggling about? I mean, I'm being very serious right now. There's no jokes here. This is serious business. I'll tell you what, I was going to take Georgia. I mean, come on, that's the smart thing to do. Physical and all the problems of Ole Miss and losing a coach and getting a new coach and a new staff, and who the heck even knows the names of anybody? Nobody, you got guys going into the portal. It's a friggin' mess at Ole Miss, isn't it?
They beat Ole Miss by 8. That was on October 18th.
Yeah, but it's a mess.
And Ole Miss led that game late.
Yeah, so it played close. TJ, close enough to give you any hope here? I mean, the familiarity factor here is interesting too.
Give me the island.
Paul, I'm going to give you the island. It doesn't matter if you get the island, because you're not even hardly in the running anymore. I'm taking the dogs. Give me the dogs.
This is where I make my comeback. I am making my write this down, Max. I am making my comeback starting right now.
Yeah, I'm more excited about the games this year than I was last year. I'll admit that. I'm very excited about these 4 games. I think they got a chance to be fun. All right, let's go to the NFL. We'll pick a couple of them that have some implications. Seahawks, 49ers, a lot on the line there. +1.5 San Francisco at home. I thought it was a curious line as much as anything else. Tommy would be first on this one. He's taking the Niners +1.5. I'm going to take the Seahawks. I think the 49ers are really good, and I think they've got a chance to make some noise in the postseason. I think we got to see their defense have a performance, though. They certainly didn't against the Bears. The Bears were moving it everywhere. To me, the Seahawks defense has a chance to be the difference in this game. So I'm going to take the Seahawks, even though I think the 49ers are very, very real. In this spot, I like Seattle. Paul?
Something, the 49ers could win the Super Bowl. I mean, I really think there's a possibility.
It's a fact.
They could win. Now, we don't think about them in those terms, but I think they could. They're that good. Seahawks, they're darn good too. That's why it's only 1.5. But when you boil it all down, the 49ers still have a good quarterback in Purdy, and they only have to give 1.5, but they're playing at home. I'm going to take the 49ers. Am I sure? No, but I'm going to take the 49ers anyway.
Seahawks right now are the Super Bowl favorite. They're the odds-on favorite, TJ. Does that surprise you?
It does not. They're probably the best team in football. I think that Rams game really showed me something. The way that they threw the ball off that helmet to make sure they got that 2-point conversion really showed me a lot. So for that reason, not really. But I do think the Seahawks are great on the road. We've talked about that a lot on the show, is the fact that for some reason they do so well on the road in tough spots. 49ers are a weird team. I agree they are a team that could actually go win a Super Bowl somehow with all their injuries, but I think the Seahawks would not be surprising if they won the Super Bowl. I'm going to take the Seahawks.
It's funny, I'm taking Seattle in this game. The 49ers, Brandon, are maybe my favorite Super Bowl bet because you can get them at 9.5 to 1. I think I took them earlier in the year and got them even better than that. But I mean, they're right there. This should be an awesome game.
Yeah, it is one of the games where I want to take the 49ers with everything of me. I mean, you watch a Kyle Shanahan offense, and then you watch the Chiefs, and it makes you want to vomit because, gosh, the 49ers offense is just so good. Kyle Shanahan, the best coach in the NFL, in my opinion. But everything just tells me that the Seahawks are going to win this game as much as I believe the 49ers are going to. I just have to take Seattle.
It's the 49ers defense that gives me concern right now. Tommy is taking the 49ers. He started that round. That means I start this next one. Ravens -3.5 against the Steelers. I will be honest, I don't have a clue. I am so all over the place on this one. Lamar Jackson, I believe, is back practicing today or expected to. I think I read that this morning. But but playing hurt has not been his thing.
Oh, it
and you look at the Steelers without DK Metcalf, but I'm going to look at the Steelers getting 3.5 points at home, and I'm going to take the Steelers. As much as I want to take the Ravens, I'm done just expecting the Ravens to be better than they are. Can they run it again like they ran it last week with Derrick Henry and just let him go wild? Maybe, but I'll take Aaron Rodgers and I'll take the Steelers because, guys, the Steelers always make the playoffs. So I'll take them +3.5 to make the playoffs. Paul?
You know something? I do not have a feel for this game either. I'm like you, Jacob. I don't have a feel for this. So with that being said, I've brought in a little guest here to help me out pick this game. Max, flip on your mic there. Max, I got the Steelers giving 3.5 against the Ravens. Help me out on this. What do you think I ought to do, Max?
Derrick Henry's probably going to run right over them. They can't stop the run.
Okay. That's it. That's all you got for me.
That's
it.
That's what
I
good
bring
analysis.
you on the show to help me out, and that's all you give me. Good gosh,
There you
Max.
go. They can't pass, so just hand it to Derrick Henry.
So you're saying take the Ravens?
Yes.
Well, you know something? I brought him on to help me out here. I'm taking the Ravens. Thank you for nothing,
Tommy
Max.
taking the Ravens. TJ?
I'm going to take the Steelers as well in this one. I think that the Ravens are such a weird spot right now. If Lamar Jackson plays, that might be a bad thing. Who knows what's going on over there? So if it's Snoop Huntley, I don't know if they're good enough to get it done. I do agree that Derrick Henry is probably going to carry the ball about 30 times in this football game. But give me the Steelers at home. It's a tough place to go get a win.
Brandon?
No, Harbaugh will complain 30 times because that's all he does.
It's cute to know that Paul needs to get outside consult as much as we love Max to be able to make this comeback. And just because I know I'm right in the hunt with TJ and Jacob, I'm just going to take the Steelers.
That's what winners do. When they need help, they get help. When you do whatever you got to do to win, that's what winners do. That's what they do.
We all need help. Look, I don't feel good about any of these picks this week. I hope I go, though, if I go 1-5, just make it Texas Tech.
Has there ever been a week where we haven't picked a Chiefs game?
I don't want to. Like, what why?
I don't even know what the line. I don't even know what the line is.
I don't either. I have no idea. Like, we get 2 NFL games this week. We can't in good faith do that.
Let's do a stream only Sunday morning where we just pick Chiefs props about Chris Oladokin.
Oladukin. Oladikin.
Oladikin Skywalker.
Right.
TJ and Brandon this week, clean slate across the board. We picked the exact same games.
I
think other than that, Tommy and Paul are basically in the same boat except for Ole Miss, Georgia, and so we're gonna have a tight race to the finish here.
We're gonna move it. Let's see Miami.
We're gonna move as a pack.
The world tonight.
This is like a NASCAR race, and everybody just stays close till the end.
Let's go. Give me the advantage tonight, Miami. Just keep it within. Can we keep it within 9.5? Is that too much to
nobody
ask?
beats Colin Klein and gets away with it.
That's right. All right. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Brandon. Happy New Year.
Same to you, buddy.
Appreciate it. When we come back, Shreyas Laddha, I think, should be in for one final time in the year. We'll ask him about Darren Peterson when we return.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
83101 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
we investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. It is Sports Daily here on KFH. Shreyas Laddha, our KU Insider, joining the show. Glad to be with us here, Shreyas. Look, I think you know what's coming. We have Darren Peterson up first, and, you know, a word salad, I think, as TJ put, is probably about right from Bill Self. His return could be immediate or it could be a little while longer. So that's really helpful, right?
Yeah. It sounds like what we've heard for the last 3 games, the entire year. I don't know what to say, to be honest. It feels like Bill is hedging at this moment of, yeah, he looks like he might be ready, but if he's not 100% yet, he's not playing Saturday, as we've clearly learned. I think the entire premise of this entire saga, I can't believe it's still ongoing. I really thought it'd be solved by now. Not solved, but at least, you know, I thought he'd give he's playing, you know, Saturday. And maybe he is playing Saturday on like a limited minutes or something like that. But I just don't know what to make of it anymore.
I'm with you. It's definitely a hedge. That's the only reason that you say it could be this or that, because that means nothing. It's something that, you know, he even said in his Hawk Talk stuff that we're referencing to here, of him saying that sentence, and then he said, but man, he looks pretty good to me. Like that almost feels a little bit more like what the comments he made that we talked about last week, of saying like his family thinks about this. Do you think that it's something to where Bill Self is just like, I don't know when he's going to play. I think he can play, but I don't know when he's going to play.
I mean, I think a little bit of it, right? I think this is the most direct Bill Self has been towards parents. But honestly, I was looking back on how he's dealt with other injuries in the past. This is the most concession he's given any player, I think, ever in his tenure. If you remember Doak back in the day, Doak played on a hurt foot and he dropped 31. I think it was in the conference championship or something like that. And, you know, even Kevin McCullough, he gave like the McCullers like a date, like this is the date, either he's playing or not playing, and he wasn't ready to play. Clearly Kevin was hurt because Kevin didn't go play like basketball for another 6 months, you know, in the NBA, but people were freaking out about that. I think this is the most I've seen Bill Self kind of bend over backwards a little bit for a player, a family. And I get it. Darren Peterson is special. He's great. He's fantastic. But I don't know. I think, when they got Darren Peterson, I think no one expected this situation, and the situation continues to, unravel because it just doesn't seem like there's a solution to the cramping thing where he's going to be 100%. Because like if the 10-day gap didn't help, I'm just wondering what is going to help.
I think that's a good point. Like that was the break. That was long enough, or this keeps lingering. UCF, let's say he doesn't play. UCF's pretty good, right? They're a top 50 team. They're out to what, an 11-1 start like that. I guess the question we really just are going to have to start asking ourselves is, we can't all hinge on Peterson. So how good is KU without him? We've seen them play well lately, but how good in the Big 12 could they be without him? Are these road games like this against top 50 teams, are those wins for KU?
I think it's going to be too early to tell. I think they should be competitive in every top 50 game. I don't know if they're going to win every top 50 game, though. I think they should, even without Peterson, they should be UCF. I think UCF's record's a little inflated, 11-1 there. But this team, clearly without Peterson, is still a top 25, top 20, top 15 team in the country. We've seen it. They've played really well without him. Maybe top 15 is a little stretch, but top 25 at least. But I think, if he doesn't play Saturday, I wonder if he's ever going to be 100% in my mind. And if he means he's not going to be 100%, does that just mean he's going to be in unload management, like limited minutes the rest of the year? And that's probably better than him not playing at all, right? Like him playing 20 minutes is still beneficial for KU than him, like them deciding, okay, let's wash our hands of this situation and he not play at all.
That was the one thing that I kind of thought about that I've, we've sat here and talked and, you missed the Corpus Christi game and it's like, it's fine. Like, we'll see if he plays against Duke. It's like, well, we'll see if he plays against UConn. It's like, okay, well, who cares? They're non-conference games. We'll see if he plays whenever the conference play starts. And then now he may not play on Saturday. Like that throws everything out the window of like, I have no idea. Like, I have no idea when he's going to play and not to, be, panicky about it or anything like that. But this was kind of the original target date to save him for this. Now if he doesn't play, what is the target date to get him back?
I mean, honestly, at this point, I have no idea because you remember correctly, I was told the target date from people around him and around the program was UConn, right? And then he didn't play the UConn game. Obviously, he came back in the Missouri game. Then he was sick in the Missouri game. Like, I think it's just crazy to me. Like, this guy has not been healthy in the 4 games that he has played college basketball, and he's been so good anyways. Like, he's putting up 19 a game. Imagine if he was healthy, he'd probably be putting up like 23, 24, 25 a game. Like, it's so clear how good he is as a scorer and as a player overall. But we haven't seen Darren Peterson play fully healthy the entire year, which is crazy. Right. And even if he plays somehow Saturday, Bill Self, from what it seemed a few days ago when he said on Hawk Talk, it did not seem like he was optimistic that Peterson is fully healthy, even if he looks good. Like him saying, oh, he looks good. Gosh dang it, out there to me. I think he's just saying that in a sense of like, well, I think he's ready. I don't know if he's ever going to be 100%. I mean, reading in between the lines there a little bit. And that was more of every time I see Bill Self talk about the Peterson situation, I feel like there's a little more frustration than the previous time. He called out his guardian or his parents, and his camp and stuff like that last one. And then now he says I don't know, he looks pretty good to me line. Like, you just have to sit there and question every little thing that is coming out of Bill Self's mouth, because how much of it is like, this is how he actually feels versus how much he has to say, because there's an important relationship to manage with him and his camp.
I think something's changed. Here's what I think has changed. For most of the year, we were fine with Peterson kind of trying to play through this issue. I'm not convinced the issue is going to go away. So now I think the difference is maybe he's not going to play through the issue anymore, because like that's where, like, for me, like, I don't, is he ever going to stop cramping? I mean, who knows? But now what seems like it's changed is maybe they're saying, well, yeah, this 20 minutes a game and him, like, I think that's what's changed.
My thing is, if he doesn't ever stop cramping, how he's going to play NBA basketball?
Right.
Like, theoretically, is he just going to randomly feel better in like 6 months from now? The cramps have healed. Like, okay, first of all, I don't mean to, I'm not a medical doctor in my expertise, but I've never heard of cramps lasting 6 months. So who knows? But, it's clearly not affecting his draft stock. I'm supposed to talk to somebody that, I use. He's a great great draft guy, evaluator in a few days, to talk to him about like why he still has Peterson as number 1 on his draft board. And does the cramps, do the hamstring matter? Like, to him or his evaluation or the NBA people he talks to. So I'm curious to see what he says there, because I haven't seen anything like this. I was talking to my boss about this, Scott Jason. He covered the KU beat for a while. I don't think there has ever been, at least in college basketball, a guy who's played less basketball and still projected to go number 1. Even Kyrie played 15, 20 games. He had a legitimate toe issue that kept him out the rest of the year. I'm not saying these cramps are not legitimate. I think they are, but I've never heard of anyone sitting out like, multiple games because of cramps, I guess. Like everyone usually just kind of plays through it, or they just have them on a minutes restriction. So I wonder if there's a, point this month, if he's still not playing the UCF game, he doesn't play the TCU West Virginia game, that Bill Self says to his camp, okay, either he's going to play and he's going to play 25 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes a game, or he's not going to play at all. Because I feel like there's going to be a coming to this is pissing me off enough. I'm tired of answering questions about it. This is what's going to happen. And if you guys are with it, you're with it. If you're not with it, I got to focus on the rest of the team.
It's very interesting, and that's the same sentiment that I've had the entire time, is that we've seen so many NBA guys get drafted that have had something in the past, and then it pops back up in the NBA, and I'm really shocked that we haven't seen anything. That says something to the level of his talent, and it's terrifying for KU to realize that like he doesn't need us a lick. If he doesn't play a minute, he could still be the number 1 pick. You know what I mean? But we'll switch gears. Coming up, UCF on Saturday, a place where they got upset 2 years ago by Johnny Dawkins. That's not the same rosters at all anymore. Nothing's really the same except for Bill Self and Johnny Dawkins coaching the games.
Yeah, I mean, they're a pretty good offensive team. It's going to be interesting to kind of see how KU does. UCF typically has a good rebounding team, and like if you look at their schedule, they haven't really played incredibly tough games. I mean, their best win, I'm trying to look at this thing, is probably Texas A&M. Okay, and Texas A&M is like a top 50 KenPom team. They have a bunch of Quinnipiac, VMI, Thomason, Mercer, Florida Gulf Coast, Florida Atlantic. Like I think they're inflated a little bit. Like I mentioned it before, their 11-1 record is a little inflated in my mind. That said, winning on the road is always tough. Winning on the road without potentially your superstar, even tougher. UCF is going to be a tough matchup for KU because they're a great rebounding team. KU struggles on the board sometimes, so that's going to be a thing to watch. And they're a pretty good offensive team, but KU's defense has been so good this year, like, top in the nation type defense, that I'm not particularly worried about this UCF game. Obviously, who knows how these guys react coming off a long layover and break and stuff like that. But with Peterson, without Peterson, I've been impressed with this KU team, that I think they can win a lot of games just because their defense is so good.
Let's hope that defense stays through. Real quick, let's go to football for a second. Shreyas Laddha, KU Insider, reporter for KU football and basketball for the KC Star. Give me something, Shreyas, that would say I've got some good vibes for KU football next year, because I don't know what it is.
I mean, I can't lie to you. Do you want me to lie to you?
No, I mean, is there anything that would be like, oh, that's a reason for optimism?
Well, you have a lot of young guys who are going to get more opportunities next year. I think that are promising, showed promise during last year. To me, I've said this during the season, but it's hard for me to see Isaiah Marshall or Cole Ballard having a better season than Jalen Daniels had this year, just by raw numbers. Maybe they might have a better season in the sense of like, when you watch the games, they look better, or they put him in a more position to win. But by the raw numbers, I'd be very surprised if either one of those quarterbacks has a better season than Jalen Daniels. And on top of that, even if they bring in a transfer quarterback, I don't know if they're going to bring in like a Brandon Sorsby. Like, I'm not sure they can afford a Brandon Sorsby, when they have all these other needs. Right now, Lance Leipold has got to go to the portal and pick up, defensive linemen, linebackers. Like, there's a lot of position groups on the defensive side that are thin. He's going to have to pick up a running back because they have 3 scholarship running backs on the roster right now. So there's a lot of things that need to be filled in before I can make a conclusive, this is how I feel about Kansas football. But honestly, I always thought that next year was going to be a rebuilding year without Jalen and a departure of 33 seniors anyways. I thought they're going to be a 4 or 5 win team. I mean, I guess they were a 5-win team this year, but I don't think they're going to be in position to have a bowl game clinch with 3 games left.
The point of optimism is the fact that the transfer portal exists and it opens in a week.
Well, yeah, but it exists for everyone else too. So until I see them pick up the guys they need to pick up, I'm not going to be optimistic. I've learned my lesson from KU football.
If next year's a rebuilding year, what was this year? All right, Shreyas. We appreciate it. Follow Shreyas at SHRE98. Follow his work at the KC Star. Happy New Year. We'll talk to you again in
next year.
That's right. We'll be right back.